Hey all, what's happening? Today I thought I'd go over my top 10 favorite ladder-only items. Ladder-only items can only spawn in ladder games, but do carry over to non-ladder when the ladder resets. There are currently 29 ladder-specific items in Diablo 2, so to note any that are still worth a mention but didn't make the top 10 list, I will be mentioning in the honorable mention section of the video. And so without further ado, here is my newest video entitled Top 10 Ladder-Only Items in Diablo 2. Kiera's Guardian is a super unique circlet known for its high resistance, low cost, and usefulness for cheap melee and uber builds. Kiera's Guardian has the highest resistance levels in-game for a helm, which can vary from 50 to 70 resistance to all. It also offers a Cannot Be Frozen mod, making it a great helm for melee-specific builds. Kiera's Guardian with its high resistance and other useful mods make this item a very well-rounded item for those seeking survivability. Shadow Dancers, although a very niche item, is a good build-specific item, with its useful mods catering to mostly assassins. Shadow Dancer's most useful mods are its 30% faster run walk, 30% faster hit recovery, 15 to 25 to dexterity, and the reason some assassins build use it is for its 1 to 2 to shadow discipline skills. The item is not seen as a very useful item, offering very little damage amplifying stats compared to boots such as Gauze, but its niche role in some builds makes it an item that deserves to make this list. The Azura Wrath Phase Blade isn't a popular or regularly used weapon by many builds or players, but its lore relevance to the Diablo franchise does make it somewhat unlike most Diablo weapons. For the Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls version of the weapon, it reads, "Before he fell, Azul was the bearer of the rune blade of Azura Wrath, an ancient sword blessed by the Song of the Ark as an instrument of the righteous." I believe this is the same blade as the Diablo 2 Phase Blade. The Diablo 3 item alludes to Tyrell's once most trusted lieutenant Izul to owning the blade before he was corrupted by the three prime evils, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo. The weapon, although not considered best in slot for majority of builds, it is, however, a cheap alternative for Grief or Last Wish on builds like the Zeal Paladin or a Frenzy Bar. Most of the people who do use the weapon like it for its fast attack speed as 10 to 13 Sanctuary aura it provides. This weapon might not be well known or cared about, but it does deserve recognition for its Diablo lore relevance to a reoccurring villain within the series. Tomb Reaver is a perfect weapon for Act 2 mercenaries looking to deal a lot of damage and increase your magic find potential. Tomb Reaver offers some unique traits such as 10% reanimate as returned, giving you minions to fight by your side, and various damage dealing amplifiers such as 200 to 280% enhanced damage, 60% increased attack speed, as well as various other stats affecting demons and undead enemies. The magic find from Tomb Reaver varies from 50 to 80%, but if socketed with 3S can gain up to 230 magic find. The Tomb Reaver is the best unique Act 2 mercenary weapon in the game, offering a huge damage potential and increasing your magic find. G's Fortune is the only super unique Grand Charm in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, and is often sought out by magic find and gold finding builds with its increased magic find, gold find, and vendor reduction prices stats. Its variants are as follows: 80 to 160% extra gold find for monsters, 10 to 15% reduction of all vendor prices, and the reason why it's most sought after is its 20 to 40% magic find variant it offers. Like other super unique charms, only one can be carried at a time per character. G's is a great charm for those characters specialized in magic find and gold find. With its extra gold find and magic find, it offers the player. Nature's Peace is a useful ring for multiple builds ranging from casters to melee-orientated builds. Nature's Peace with its slain monsters rest in peace mod, meaning monsters once killed can't be resurrected, raised, or exploded, is useful when killing mini-bosses like Netheliac with his annoying corpse explosion. The ring's other useful mods are Prevent Monster Heal, Damage Reduction, and Poison Resistance. This unique ring has various useful mods which make it a lovable and noteworthy item. The Sorceress-specific item Death Fathom is a rare and build-specific item for cold-orientated builds to wreak havoc upon their enemies. The Death Fathoms offers +3 to Sorceress skill levels and 20% faster cast rate. But what sets it aside from the fan favourite Oculus, which has very similar stats, is its +15 to 30% to cold skill damage. Cold-orientated builds such as Blizzard and Frozen Orb Sources benefit greatly with such a niche and build-orientated weapon like Death Fathom in their arsenal. Andariel's Visage is a great helm and is considered by many as the go-to helm for their mercenary. Andariel's Visage is great for mercenaries with its most sought-after stats being the 20% increased attack speed, 8 to 10 life stolen per hit for survivability, and the 25 to 30 to strength to be able to wear for high strength requirement gear such as any rune word, made in a Colossus Valge, or sacred armor. Apart from its great usage on mercenaries, it is also very applicable to almost any build and is used very liberally among all classes as it is a very well-rounded and good helm. Tyrael's Might is not often used by many characters or classes, but with its unique stats and low drop rate makes it one of the few seen items in the game. The super unique Sacred Armor, Tyrael's Might, is mostly never seen by the average player base, with a drop rate of 0.00002%. This makes the armor the rarest item in the game. It is useful for caster characters as the requirement for the item is only limited to its level requirement, meaning no unnecessary points put into strength or dexterity, where a caster would prefer to allocate their points into vitality. Although it isn't used often, this armor with its extremely low drop rate makes it one of the most memorable items for people in Diablo 2, as most will see it as the seemingly never-ending journey to find one. The Griffin's Eye Diadem is a super unique item mainly sought out by characters that use primarily lightning attacks as their main damage dealer. These builds include the Lightning Sorceress and Javelin Amazon. These classes will primarily use the Griffin's Eye Diadem because of its increased damage and reduction in enemy lightning resistance. The variance of this helm is +10 to 15% to lightning damage, -15 to 20% to enemy lightning resistance, and +100 to 200 defense. You'll often find a 5/5 light facet within the helm offering an extra increase to the wearer's damage. Its set stats are its 25% faster cast rate and +1 to all skills, adding to the already nifty stats. Griffin's Eye, although being a highly sought out item by lightning-orientated builds, is also one of my personal favourite unique items in Diablo 2, and is why it's number 1 on this list. Thank you for watching. I tried to give an overview of the items and the reason why it's used, as well as the roles it fills within Diablo 2. I did not include any ladder-only rune words, as those items deserve their own list. Hopefully you learnt something or simply just enjoyed the video. Please let me know your favourite ladder-only item or any video ideas you'd like to see. Again, thank you for watching and see you next video.